Hey, what's up, everybody? Gonna be a tad lazy today. This is my third video, and I got some other stuff to do, so I'm not gonna make as professional as a video as I usually do for these major storm events. But I also don't want to wait another week or two before I put this video out there because I know, like, everyone's like, "Whoa, what happened with that rainstorm in Philly last week?" I mean, half a foot of rain for the Philadelphia area is historical. I mean, that's a lot of rain for this area, especially on top of a really wet spring already. So flash flooding events all over the place around the Philadelphia area. Philadelphia is not the kind of place where you have a rainstorm and then you have flood warnings that get extended out a day and there's no rain. It's just because it was so bad the day before that they just keep the flood warnings up for the next day because rivers are major flood stage. That's when you see, like, we've been seeing that out in the Midwest in 2019, right? The Missouri River, the Mississippi. I mean, there's just been historic flooding in the Midwest, and now the East Coast is getting some of that. And it really is the same pattern, actually. It's this broken jet stream. It's the 850 millibar jet stream that's doing this moisture advection. It's the same reason that the East Coast has gotten record tornadoes in 2019. It's all part of the same system. It's all part of the same mechanics of the 300, 250 millibar jet stream and the 850 millibar jet stream. And those two things sort of playing in where moisture advection is getting locked into the mid-Atlantic. And because you're getting this moisture advection locked in, you're getting cooler temperatures, you're getting higher relative humidities, which is good for cape and wind shear and those sort of things, which are good for tornado formation, but it's also really good for flash flooding events. And so, no tornadoes with this storm. As I told you before, two historic tornadoes in Mulligan Hill 2 weeks ago, which is really big for South Jersey to have two tornadoes in one day. And then now here we are in South Jersey with a major flooding event just 2 weeks later. So this has been a crazy spring for Philadelphia, the Mid-Atlantic. Let me just give you a quick breakdown on what happened, which was that, and I was not, I was actually just going to go out that night and have fun. I was not, weather was not even on my mind. I didn't see this one coming. I did, but I didn't. Like, I knew there were flood watches out, but I didn't realize it was going to be this bad. I was expecting, okay, maybe an inch, inch and a half rain. That's kind of what in the ballpark I was thinking. And then I guess it was 7 o'clock. I was actually out gardening. I was in my yard gardening, and the first flood warning got posted. And I look at the radar. I'm like, well, there's not that much rain. It's not that bad. And then I come back an hour later, and it's completely changed. Everything's changed. The storm has doubled in size from the dew points, from the high dew points and the high relative humidity. It's feeding on itself in place, and then the jet stream breaks down. Right, the jet stream is not flushing this stuff out, and so you get this massive storm, and it's just wiggling all night long, back and forth over the same spot. And that's really what happened. I mean, the Pine Barrens in New Jersey, Browns Mills. I mean, check out some of these radar shots I got. They're absolutely crazy. And then it was more around midnight into 1 a.m. And I have footage. I'll put some of the footage of my own footage out in the middle of the night. And these storms are coming through, and you'll see some of these radar shots from, like, the whole swath of 295, which goes between the Delaware Memorial Bridge up towards Philadelphia. That whole swath there is one big area of red on the Doppler radar. A 20-mile stretch of red, and it's moving so slowly. And so that's really where the half a foot of rain came from, was that particular cell. I went down to the flooding area first thing in the morning. CBS, ABC, NBC, they're all out there live broadcasting. An entire RV down the street from me, and a full-size RV picked up, carried 2 blocks, smashed to pieces. Just absolutely obliterated by rising floodwaters. And tons of cars submerged. They were doing water rescues by boat. People were getting rescued in their houses by boats in the middle of the night, 3 o'clock in the morning. There's search and rescue out for people because the floodwaters are that high. So, without anything more to say, I'm not going to narrate over everything after this. I'm just going to I'm going to throw up the radar images, throw up some of my footage, and let you kind of see it for yourself. But very historic flooding here in the Philadelphia and South Jersey region, June 19th to June 20th, and even into June 21st, a little bit, 2019. So here we go.
Well, it's almost 12:30, and here's the screenshot of what's just moving into this area now. It's kind of a diagonal southwest to northeast line, and some moderate to major flooding in the Philadelphia area tonight. And let's kind of go through what we got. flood warnings have been going since about 7 p.m. and it's not a lot of wind, but really heavy rain event, and a lot of flooding in the Philadelphia area tonight, and it will continue through the night. It's 12:30 now, and these systems are really stalled. They'll probably be over Philadelphia and Pine Barrens and southern New Jersey for at least the next few hours. And you can see just a lot of water coming in. Hey everybody, it's 2 o'clock in the morning on June 20th, 2019. This is turning into a pretty serious event. These systems are just staying over one spot in the dark red on the Doppler radar for really long periods of time, like 45 minutes to an hour. It looks like CBS 3 is here right now doing a live interview. They're on air. They can see there they're doing the interview right there. Not too much time. It's about 2 p.m. on June 20th. Look at this radar image I got of storms coming in towards the Philadelphia area. You can see here in the Philadelphia area, it is still sunnies and just a few cumulus clouds kind of hanging around. This is good for fueling the storms because, you know, we have the wind coming through, we have the air heating, so it's going to fuel these storms as they come towards Philly for night 2 of some rain and thunderstorms. It's coming in hot. All right.
That's got like some road, like that's some serious shit right there.
That's some serious shit. Damn.
Like you might have one over here, man.
I know.
See that over there?
It's fucking nuts. Look at that in there. Damn, dude. It is about to dump here, and remember this whole area got 6 inches of rain last night. This area already is completely waterlogged. Already horrible flooding in downtown Westville this morning, and huge amounts of storms coming in right now. That's the thing with the climate change I've kind of been talking about. These systems get stuck, so you have a severe flooding event one day, and you think you should get a break the next day, but then you end up having a severe flooding event in the exact same spot 24 hours later. So that's part of what we're seeing with this new paradigm of the jet stream.